J. Cole just called himself the best alive, and the internet is exploding right now. Like, this man literally apologized to Kendrick Lamar less than 2 years ago, deleted his diss track, and backed out of the entire beef. And now he's out here claiming he's the best rapper breathing? You're seeing this right. The man who took the biggest L in modern hip-hop history is talking like that moment never happened, and fans are not having it. DJ Academics is calling him a vegan rapper. Twitter is going nuclear, and every single bar Cole drops is getting dissected under a microscope that wouldn't exist if he hadn't apologized in April 2024. What just dropped on Disc 2, Track 2 is reigniting the debate that refuses to die, and I'm about to show you why this one lyric is causing more damage than any diss track ever could. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and smash the like. You won't want to miss what comes next. On January 14, 2026, J. Cole dropped Disc 2, Track 2, the lead single from his upcoming double album, The Fall Off, which he's calling his final album before retirement. And within the first 30 seconds, Cole raps, "My purpose is clear, it's to murk whoever dare flirt with death. The best alive, and what you now hear is the work." Best alive. Those two words launched 1,000 reactions within hours. And it's not because people don't think Cole is talented, it's because of what happened in April 2024. That's when J. Cole publicly apologized to Kendrick Lamar at Dreamville Festival for releasing 7-Minute Drill, his diss response to Kendrick's warning shot on Like That. Cole literally called his own diss the lamest, goofiest thing he'd ever recorded, said the past 2 days felt terrible, and then deleted the track from all streaming platforms 5 days later. The hip-hop world watched a Big Three rapper wave the white flag in real time, and the internet has never forgotten it. Fast forward to right now. Cole drops this new track, announces The Fall Off is dropping February 6, 2026, confirms it's a double album, and hints this could be his retirement project. In the song, he's reflecting on his career, telling his life story in reverse with bars that showcase his technical ability. But that best alive claim is what everyone's fixated on. Within 6 days, DJ Academics went viral for calling Cole a vegan rapper who should rap about asparagus instead of claiming supremacy. Academics said on stream, "You gotta change a couple lines talking about the best alive, like you a vegan rapper, bro." That clip has millions of views across Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Fans flooded Reddit threads arguing whether Cole even has the right to make that claim anymore. One Facebook post from Hip Hop Men 5 said it perfectly. Fans, netizens, and music critics don't want to hear J. Cole talk about being the best rapper on his new album. They believe that the day he ran away from Kendrick Lamar, he lost that right forever. And it gets worse, because Cole isn't just making this claim casually, he's doing it on what he's positioning as his final album. This is supposed to be his legacy statement, his mic drop, his victory lap before walking away from music. But instead of celebrating a legend's farewell, the conversation is dominated by one question. Can someone who publicly apologized and backed down from competition ever call themselves the best alive? The apology happened less than 2 years ago, and hip-hop's memory is brutal. Every verse Cole drops now gets filtered through that April 2024 moment, and no amount of skill can erase what the culture saw as surrender. Let's break down exactly what happened and why this moment is so loaded. The primary evidence starts with the actual lyric. On Disc 2, Track 2, J. Cole raps, "My purpose is clear, it's to murk whoever dare flirt with death. The best alive, and what you now hear is the work." That line appears on Genius.com and was released January 14, 2026 via Cole's social media and streaming platforms. It's not hidden, it's not subtle, it's a direct declaration in the opening verse of a song meant to announce his final album. Cole is telling you he believes he's the best rapper alive, and he's confident enough to put it on the lead single of what could be his retirement project. Now let's connect that to April 7 through 12, 2024, the apology heard around the hip-hop world. After Kendrick Lamar dropped the warning shot Like That, where he rejected the Big Three label and said it's just Big Me, J. Cole responded with 7-Minute Drill on his Might Delete Later mixtape. The track took shots at Kendrick's career, release timing, 4 albums in 12 years, his height, your arms might be too short to box with the God, and relevancy. If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing him. It was direct, it was personal, and it set the stage for what could have been one of the greatest rap battles ever, Drake and J. Cole versus Kendrick Lamar. But then came April 7, 2024 at Dreamville Festival in North Carolina. J. Cole took the stage and said to the crowd, "I ain't gonna lie to y'all, the past 2 days felt terrible." He called 7-Minute Drill the lamest, goofiest response he'd ever made and apologized to Kendrick Lamar publicly. Complex, Billboard, Pitchfork, LA Times, BBC, every major outlet covered it. Cole said he regretted succumbing to pressure, that the song didn't represent how he truly felt, and he vowed to remove the track from streaming services. 5 days later, on April 12, 2024, 7-Minute Drill disappeared from Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and every other platform. Billboard confirmed it. Pitchfork documented it. The song literally vanished, and Might Delete Later now ends at Trey the Truth in Ibiza instead. That's the smoking gun. J. Cole didn't just apologize privately or walk back a comment in an interview. He deleted his own diss track and removed himself from the battle. Meanwhile, Drake continued the feud with Kendrick, resulting in one of the most brutal rap wars in modern history. Kendrick dropped Euphoria, 616 in LA, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us, each one more devastating than the last. Drake responded with Push-Ups and Family Matters, but Kendrick was widely viewed as the winner. And where was J. Cole during all this? On the sidelines, by choice, because he apologized and stepped away. Here's the supporting evidence that makes this even more damning. On Reddit, a thread from April 8, 2024 titled "J. Cole Apologizes to Kendrick Lamar for Dissing Him on 7-Minute Drill" has thousands of comments. Fans said things like, "Well, J. Cole has officially proved that he's not the best rapper alive, and he cannot call himself the best after walking away from it." A Facebook group post from January 2026 reads, "J. Cole lost the credibility of rapping about he's the best and can smoke every rapper when he apologized to Kendrick Lamar. That was his time to prove it, and he folded." The cultural consensus is clear. The apology wasn't seen as maturity or peace. It was seen as surrender. And now, less than 2 years later, J. Cole is releasing Disc 2, Track 2 with the Best Alive claim, and the internet is treating it like a joke. The song itself is technically impressive. Cole is telling his life story in reverse chronological order, weaving nostalgia and reflection with sharp wordplay. But none of that matters to the conversation happening online, because the only receipt people care about is the one from April 2024 when J. Cole said "never mind" to competitive rap. You see what I'm seeing here? No matter how good the bars are, the apology is the timestamp that never expires. The celebrity reaction that went nuclear came from DJ Academics, the hip-hop media personality with millions of followers. Within days of Disc 2, Track 2 dropping, Academics went on a now viral rant saying, "You gotta change a couple lines talking about the best alive. Like you a vegan rapper, bro. Just be over there, nigga. Rap about asparagus." He called Cole a vegan rapper repeatedly, referencing Cole's refusal to engage in beef as weakness. Hot New Hip Hop covered the reaction, reporting that Academics doesn't seem excited for J. Cole's upcoming album, The Fall Off, based on his harsh reaction. The vegan rapper label is everywhere now. Instagram Reels with millions of views, TikTok clips, Facebook posts, Twitter threads. It's becoming Cole's new nickname, and it's not a compliment. Social media erupted immediately. On Threads, Academics posted a screenshot of the Best Alive lyric with the caption, "J. Cole says he's the best alive," and the comment section is brutal. Fans replied, "Man, shut up, never say you the best alive after walking away from it." And exactly, I cannot imagine why it is hard for some to understand. On Reddit's r/J. Cole subreddit, a thread from 2 days ago titled "I don't understand the Cole Blacklash entirely" has hundreds of comments, debating whether the criticism is fair. One highly upvoted comment reads, "The backlash stems from the clash between hip-hop's competitive beef rules and Cole's principled restraint, amplified by online culture." Another thread from November 2015 asked, "Why do some people feel like this about J. Cole in 2025? And the top response was, "He cannot call himself the best after walking away from it. And he probably won't, because if he does, Kendrick is going to be on him so fast." Major media outlets are covering this heavily. Complex, XXL, Hip Hop DX, Wrap Up, Revolt TV, all publishing articles about the fan response to Disc 2, Track 2. Hip Hop DX reported that Cole drops new single from The Fall Off, hints at a double album, but most coverage focuses on the controversy, not the music itself. Revolt TV published a piece titled "Social Media Praises J. Cole's Disc 2, Track 2, highlighting the technical skill, but even that article can't escape discussing the backlash. Facebook groups like Hip Hop All Day posted, "J. Cole has lost his credibility. Nobody wants to listen to his rap anymore." The unexpected angle? Some fans are defending Cole. On Reddit, comments like, "Everybody lost respect for Cole, my respect for him has only risen," argue that walking away from beef shows maturity, not weakness. YouTuber Wayno dropped a video titled, "Wayno calls out the J. Cole backlash. How long y'all gonna hold this against him?" But these defenders are massively outnumbered. For every one person saying, "Let it go," there are 10 saying, "He apologized. He can't claim the crown now." And that's the problem. The conversation isn't about talent, it's about credibility. Let's peel back all the layers because this goes way deeper than one lyric. The timeline is everything. March 22, 2024, Kendrick Lamar appears on Future and Metro Boomin's Like That, rapping, "Fuck the big three, it's just big me." That line rejects the Drake-Kendrick-Cole trinity and declares Kendrick the sole king. March 29, 2024, J. Cole releases Might Delete Later featuring 7-Minute Drill, his direct response dissing Kendrick. April 7, 2024, Cole apologizes at Dreamville Festival. April 12, 2024, 7-Minute Drill is deleted from all platforms. May 2024, Drake and Kendrick engage in the most vicious rap battle in years, with Kendrick widely seen as the winner. January 14, 2026, J. Cole drops Disc 2, Track 2, calling himself the best alive. That's less than 2 years between the apology and the new claim. In hip-hop years, that's yesterday. The hidden connection most people don't talk about? Cole has been claiming Best Alive status for years. On Drake's first-person shooter in 2023, Cole rapped, "I'm naming the album The Fall Off. It's pretty ironic cause it ain't no fall off for me." He's been teasing The Fall Off as a legacy-defining project for a decade. Wikipedia confirms the album was first referenced in 2016, trademarked months before the January 2026 announcement, and is being positioned as potentially his final studio album. Cole's website, thefalloff.com, launched alongside the announcement. This isn't a random single, it's the opening statement of what could be his retirement, and that's why the Best Alive claim matters so much. If this is his farewell, Cole is trying to exit on his own terms, declaring victory before he walks off stage, but the culture is saying, not so fast. The money and business angle is huge. J. Cole has sold millions of albums, headlined festivals, and maintained a reputation as one of the most respected lyricists in hip-hop. The Fall Off is his 7th studio album, and if it's truly his last, it's a massive commercial moment. But negative press hurts sales. If the dominant narrative is J. Cole apologized so he can't claim the best, casual listeners might skip the album. Die-hard fans will listen regardless, but mainstream buzz is influenced by perception. And right now, the perception is that Cole's credibility is compromised. The psychological stakes are equally intense. J. Cole has spent his entire career navigating the balance between humility and confidence. He's the introspective rapper who admits vulnerability, but he also wants to be recognized as elite. The April 2024 apology was consistent with his persona, choosing peace over conflict, prioritizing mental health over ego. But now, with Disc 2, Track 2, Cole seems to be saying, "I can walk away from beef and still be the best." The culture is responding, "No, you can't. You have to choose." Hip-hop has always rewarded battle-tested champions. Kendrick faced Drake and dominated. Drake faced Pusha T and took losses but kept fighting. J. Cole faced Kendrick and apologized. That's the stain that won't wash off, no matter how skilled the bars are on the Fall Off. And here's the kicker. Cole's closest collaborators haven't publicly defended him. Drake, who was Cole's partner in the Big Three, continued the beef without him. Dreamville artists have been mostly silent. The lack of industry support is loud. Even Benny the Butcher, who called Cole the best rapper alive in December 2024 on Instagram, couldn't stop the avalanche of criticism when Disc 2, Track 2 dropped. The culture has made up its mind, and Cole is on trial with every new verse. Let's analyze this from both sides, but let's be real about what the title of this video promises. J. Cole sparked fresh controversy by calling himself the best alive, despite apologizing to Kendrick Lamar. That framing tells you where this is going. Die-hard Cole fans argue that apologizing doesn't erase skill. They say Cole's catalog speaks for itself. 2014 Forest Hills Drive, For Your Eyes Only, The Off-Season, all critically acclaimed projects with minimal features, proving his lyrical dominance. They point to Disc 2, Track 2 as evidence, the reverse storytelling, the technical precision, the emotional depth. They say walking away from beef is maturity, not weakness, and that Cole choosing peace over ego is admirable in a culture that glorifies violence and toxicity. Reddit threads defend him. Most of y'all are completely misinterpreting J. Cole's "I'm the best." Some fans argue that being the best rapper alive is about skill, not battle wins, and Cole's pen game is undeniable. They say the internet is overreacting and holding a grudge that's unfair after nearly 2 years. But here's the problem, and this is where the critics are winning the argument. Hip-hop is a competitive sport. Being the best alive isn't just about writing great verses, it's about proving it when challenged. Kendrick Lamar called Cole out indirectly on "Like That." Cole responded with 7-minute drill. Then Cole apologized and deleted the track. That's the sequence. In a boxing match, you can't throw a punch, apologize for throwing it, leave the ring, and then claim you're the champ. The culture sees the apology as disqualification. As one Reddit comment put it, he cannot call himself the best after walking away from it. DJ Academics, speaking for a massive segment of fans, said Cole should rap about asparagus instead of claiming supremacy. The vegan rapper nickname is brutal because it implies Cole is too soft for the competitive nature of hip-hop. The critics have the stronger case here, not because Cole isn't talented, he is, but because the apology created a permanent asterisk next to his name. Every best alive claim now gets met with, "But you back down." The culture hasn't forgiven him because hip-hop doesn't reward retreat. And with The Fall Off framed as his final album, Cole's trying to rewrite history on his way out the door, but the internet isn't letting him. So what happens next? Here's what I'm calling right now. When The Fall Off drops February 6, 2026, it's going to be Cole's most scrutinized project ever. Every bar that even hints at competitiveness will be dissected. If he doubles down on best alive rhetoric, the backlash will intensify. If he avoids it entirely, fans will say he backed down again. There's no winning move for Cole in the court of public opinion. I'm predicting Kendrick Lamar stays silent. He doesn't need to respond. Kendrick already won the cultural battle by dominating Drake, and Cole removed himself from the equation. Silence from Kendrick is the most devastating response possible. It says, "You're not even worth addressing." Drake, on the other hand, might drop a subliminal. He and Cole were supposed to be allies, but Cole's apology left Drake fighting alone. There's unfinished business there, and Drake has never been afraid to go at former friends. Short term, Cole's sales will be massive because controversy drives streams. People who clown him will still listen to The Fall Off to see if it's good. But long-term legacy implications, that's where it gets messy. If Cole really retires after this album, the April 2024 apology will be a permanent chapter in his story. Future documentaries, retrospectives, and hip-hop history discussions will include J. Cole was one of the greats, but he apologized to Kendrick Lamar and stepped away from the battle. That "but" will haunt him forever. The wild card? What if Cole addresses the apology directly on The Fall Off? What if there's a song where he explains, defends, or even doubles down on his decision? That could shift the narrative, or make it worse. If he says, "I don't regret apologizing, I'm still the best," fans might respect the honesty, or they might say, "You can't have it both ways." Either way, this is the conversation that will dominate the album rollout for the next 2 weeks.
Here's what everyone's missing, and I'm gonna say what others won't. J. Cole is trapped by his own standards. He built his career on being the conscious rapper, the introspective artist who prioritizes authenticity over bravado. The April 2024 apology was consistent with that image. He said, "This doesn't feel right to me, so I'm stepping away." That's admirable in any other context, but hip-hop isn't any other context. Hip-hop is gladiatorial. It's about proving yourself under pressure, and Cole crumbled at the moment of truth. Who's really right or wrong? Honestly, both sides have valid points. Cole is right that you can be the best rapper alive based on skill alone, but the culture is right that you can't claim supremacy after publicly backing down from competition. The uncomfortable truth is that the apology, no matter how mature, ruined Cole's ability to make best alive claims without asterisks. And that's tragic, because Cole is one of the most skilled rappers of this generation, but skill isn't enough when credibility is gone. What bothers me most? The timing. If Cole had never claimed best alive again, the apology would have faded into "remember when that happened" territory. But by saying it on the lead single of his final album, Cole's forcing the culture to confront the contradiction. He's asking for recognition he lost the right to demand.
And the internet's response? Vegan rapper, memes, and mockery is hip-hop's way of saying, we don't forget. The bigger implication? This defines how the culture treats apologies in competitive rap. Future artists will look at J. Cole and think, if I apologize, I lose forever. That's the legacy Cole's creating, not through his music, but through this unresolved tension between his skill and his surrender. And if The Fall Off really is his last album, J. Cole's retirement will be overshadowed by the question he can't escape. Can you be the best alive if you walked away when it mattered most? Thanks for watching CelebSphere. If you enjoyed uncovering the real story, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss when we expose what everyone else is too scared to say. Ring that bell for notifications, and if you want more truth bombs like this, click on one of these videos next. Trust me, you'll want to see what we found.